What are some of the pitfalls of becoming a Death Knight, Mr. Mojo?
I'm glad you asked me this question, Walter. Many people simply leap off the cliff without all the knowledge they need. The first challenge of becoming a Death Knight is the consciousness retention crisis, which is maintaining your sense of self while your soul is being fundamentally altered.
I've heard about this before, Mr. Mojo. What is so difficult about it?
The biggest challenge is staying mentally coherent during the transformation. Many candidates lose their personality entirely and become mindless undead servants. This defeats the entire purpose. But there are ways to mitigate the challenges. 1. Practice meditation and mental fortification exercises during your mortal years. 2. Create detailed written records of your memories, goals, and personality traits. 3. Establish strong emotional anchors to your mortal identity before transformation. And 4. Study the techniques used by successful liches to maintain consciousness.
I can do all that.
Not so fast, Walter. That is only the first challenge.
You mean there's more?
I'm afraid so. The second obstacle is mastering the hunger for life energy. Death Knights experience an insatiable hunger for the life force of mortals. This isn't just physical, it's a spiritual compulsion that can override rational thought.
That sounds super uncomfortable, Mr. Mojo.
Oh yes, quite. But there are ways to combat this. Develop a feeding schedule using willing or condemned subjects. Practice energy absorption techniques on small animals first. Learn to channel the hunger into magical power rather than immediate consumption. And lastly, establish clear rules about which mortals are off-limits to maintain strategic alliances.
You sound like you have it all figured out, sir.
We're not done yet, Walter. Just be patient. You'll never learn the art of living past the grave if you don't learn some patience.
Sorry, Mr. Mojo. You're right. Please continue.
Good. Now the third thing to consider is social isolation and your former relationships. Everyone you once loved now either fears you or wants to destroy you.
That sounds awful.
Well, yes, Walter. Did you think carrying on past death would be a walk in the park? Now, where was I?
Your friends wanting to destroy you.
Yes, thank you. Perhaps the most emotionally devastating challenge is watching former friends, family, and allies turn against you. Your presence alone causes supernatural fear. What you must do is prepare loved ones gradually for your transformation through careful revelation. Establish coded communication methods for maintaining contact. Build relationships with other undead or dark creatures who won't judge you. And accept that some relationships cannot survive your transformation and plan accordingly.
Is there more?
Yes, there are 2 more obstacles which can impede your path. The fourth is managing undead minions and dark politics. This involves leading creatures that only respect power and fear. Commanding lesser undead requires constant displays of dominance. Additionally, the supernatural world has its own complex hierarchy that must be navigated. Skeletons, zombies, and other undead creatures will turn on a weak leader instantly. Liches, vampires, and demon lords all view new Death Knights as potential threats or tools. To get around this, one must study military leadership and establish clear chain of command early. Learn the traditional protocols for interacting with various undead hierarchies. Demonstrate power through strategic victories rather than random violence. And of course, form alliances with established dark powers while maintaining your independence.
Wow, you have this undeath thing all figured out.
Not so fast, Walter. There is one final challenge to face.
What is that, Mr. Mojo?
Lastly, Walter, is the curse of eternal purpose. Being bound to incomplete goals, that may be impossible to fulfill.
Nothing sounds too impossible for you, Mr. Mojo.
You must understand that most Death Knights are tied to specific oaths or missions that prevent them from finding peace. This curse drives them, but also traps them. Think of the Nazgul. They were bound to serve their Dark Lord Sauron until the end of time. This psychological torment can drive even the strongest Death Knights to madness over centuries.
That sounds like a real bummer.
Oh, it certainly can be, Walter. This is why you must carefully word any oaths or curses to include escape clauses. Pursue multiple goals simultaneously to avoid fixation on impossible tasks. Develop hobbies and interests beyond your primary mission, and seek counsel from ancient undead who have learned to cope with eternal existence.
I think I've got it, Mr. Mojo. Mr. Mojo, what are you doing with that dagger?
You understand, of course, that I cannot let you leave with this information. Additionally, I need to gather the first sacrifice for my own transformation.
Mr. Mojo, what are you doing? Somebody, help!